Round one, fight!
Hey, Dreammates here. Welcome to the channel where I play through Xbox Game Pass games and give my final review when it's all said and done there. Today's episode is of the Next Space Rebels, episode number 36. We are going to be doing Prove Yourself. We are going to try and prove ourselves there, that we are worthy of the Next Space Rebels and that we can eventually launch a satellite. Really, without further ado, we'll get it into it there. I do hope you guys like my change in logo and banner and stuff like that. I did that over this morning there for you guys. So above my head is my new logo. I hope you like it. I was trying to achieve three things with that. It looked like a fingerprint, also be a working maze, and have a play button. So if you look at all three of those things, they are actually all included with it. But we'll just put on the little camera and get rid of the big one here. There we go. Oh no, we want the other camera, not that one. Hopefully I got an image for that one too. Okay, we are good. Okay, so yeah, we are going to do Prove Yourself, which is one of the final challenges. So we need to reach 160 kilometers and reach a horizontal speed of 7.8 kilometers. So it's easy and not so easy. It just depends on how you look at it. I've been doing builds for a while and they've all gone to like 2,000 kilometers. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a toned down build on that. So I'll do some of my favorites here. Gotta love the pool stuff. Gives you all kinds of room. Sturdy, somewhat lightweight. Also has see-through sections. I think that's probably one of the funner things about it. Alright, now it's gonna take me 10 minutes to get this thing perfectly straight. It's just so awful to try and do this without a snap. Oh, that's close enough. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we kind of have our little torpedo shape. We'll just slap this guy on the top for now. We will eventually be connecting a satellite and another piece to it and stuff like that. And the other one that I like doing is just actuating the engine on the bottom. So that'll be done by putting that down here. And we'll hook up a swivel. We want it to go down. That's the right way. Okay, so it is the right way. Sometimes it's not the right way, but that's the right way. So we got the connected there, that connected there, so the fuel can flow through it. I never had this engine before, so it'll be a lot easier. Before I was using this engine, which is possible to do it with. You can do it with this one, but we're not going to do it with that one. We're going to make it easier on myself. I'm going to put in just the big, huge deck of an engine on the bottom here. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this right down to 1. Because this is 45, that thing's going to just like close, like automatically, and my thing's just going to blow apart. Because it's going to be traveling at quite a rate of speed, so I'm taking it right down to 1. There we go. So that it just starts to turn, because even if just a slight turn like that, it could be extremely violent. So I'm hoping that that'll work for it there. Yeah, okay. And fuel. We will just go to some truck tanks. And put in, 4 of these guys into here. Don't necessarily need oxygen. If we have enough room, I might be able to do so, but we'll, for the time being, just put fuel and a nice good pump in there. We'll see what we have for room after that. I kind of like splitting up my, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I like splitting my rockets into kind of like a half, the left half and the right half. So I would be able to connect that half and connect this half. And when I connect the two halves, I can run lines down the center because they're separate parts and they're kind of their own little entity. So it helps. I find it helps anyways. So let's just do a nice area for it. Just make it sure it's nice and pretty and it's good. So there we go. Then we want a nice big old pump through here. We might actually be able to put some oxygen in the top. So we want a pump to run from there. And that's kind of where I take the symmetry off of the side of it. How big would an oxygen deck be? Oh, we don't want the little one, we want the big one. Is that going to be able to fit up top? Yeah, we could get that to work. Okay, so then we are going to go to connectors. We need to pull in a few of these. We need one for this side. And we need another one for the other side. Oh, we'll mirror that one then. Move this over to this side, so kind of in between the two of them. Okay, right there. And we'll just duplicate and mirror the one on this side. And kind of stagger them so we can weave our way down through the center there. And then we want one straight up at the very top. Because the two sides will be connecting into this one. And then the fuel will be running down either side of that, whichever side they really choose. So we will put some oxygen in there to get it really going. So that's connector, connector, connector. And we need a connector for a oxygen injector. We're going to start coming down through the single line there like that. There we go. Alright. So to connect all this up, looks kind of like madness now, but there is organization to it. So we'll connect this one in. Connect that one in. Connect that guy in so that the four fuel tanks are essentially two. We bring these two try and squeeze that in as best as I can. I might have to move that oxygen thing. It's not gonna let me by, is it? Darn it. Okay. So we'll move that guy over so I can actually get by it. And squeeze by it. There we go. And yeah, we're just essentially bringing it all into one fuel line. Oh, you quit being so squirrely. There we go. So then we take the two that are on this side. And have them run a fuel line as well. And this will have to run it down the right side, so we're going to have to give this as much room as we can around the outside. I have the inside for the connections. It's like this skinny area right here. Gonna need every inch we can to get that line through. There we go. So then we bring this guy. Oh, I might have to check something first. So that is actually running the right way. We can bring this up here too. Connect this in while we have the opportunity. That way I just need to run around the tank with this line, so. There we go. Connect that bad boy in. There we go. And this guy should honestly just pretty much run down the little laneway I have here with a little curve in it because I offset the two pieces. And it should take us right down to the pump. And then we're gonna run through the actuator, which is set very low, even though at its lowest setting it's gonna be extremely violent. Okay. So I definitely think this will be able to do it. When we reach about 80-90 kilometers, I'm going to turn the rocket sideways and try and use some of the momentum and speed that I have. Basically, you want a parabolic arc, so you want it to nice, arc and then hit the outside of the atmosphere when you're hitting it the same. So you kind of want to start arcing it early, but I'm going to wait until it's about 80 and then I'm just going to turn it. And hopefully it's not too violent. But this is my Prove Yourself build, which is very similar to a lot of the other ones I've been doing. Just because you put them together, you kind of know what it looks like. So let's just give this a launch here. So yeah, we're gonna just let it go straight up. Boy, she's moving pretty good. And then once it hits a good chunk of the fuel gone or 80 kilometers, then we're going to start to actuate it and turn it on an angle either one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. We're just trying to reach an altitude of 160 kilometers and then also horizontal speed, which they actually do have on there. And as you can see the angle, it'll show me my angle. So we are going to actually start to turn it right now. Whoa. Oh, baby. Why are you doing that? No, 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 no. The other way. There we go. That did not work. I'm going to have to go back to retry the launch there. That was really violent on its first turn, and then it just wouldn't actuate back for some reason. So we are going to trigger it a little bit earlier, the horizontal phase of it, to trigger it. So because we need to utilize as much of that engine and pushing power as we can to get that horizontal speed. So shortly after this oxygen runs out, I'm going to actuate it here. What the heck is going on? It's just like not responding for me. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Something like that. Hopefully we get to that 8. Nope. We didn't get to that horizontal speed. I think it has too much junk in its trunk. We could try and do it a little bit sooner. Let's try and do it a little bit sooner because it has the distance to get to that height. I was using bigger fuel tanks. Maybe we'll try it one more time here. Before the oxygen runs out, to try and turn it a little bit, and see if we can maybe just have it eventually reach that height, because we're moving pretty solid, pretty fast. So we're gonna actuate it the other way. There. Good angle. There, that should hopefully give me what I need. Go, baby, go, baby, go. Push, push, push. Push, 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 push. Nope, she doesn't have it. I don't have enough fuel in it. So we are going to have to actually go back to the design here and take these guys out and put in some big hydrogen fuel tanks. We'll put the forward and the spot, so it won't really change the design too much. It'll just change the amount of fuel, so it's going to take off a little bit slower. It's going to have a lot more fuel rate and stuff like that. So we'll just add some of these guys in here. Ooh, I almost had it. There we go, we got it. Wow. Okay, so we'll just be adding some of these guys in here. They will bubble out of the side, but it is what it is. We just need more fuel to be able to start pushing myself up there, because there is a lot of, like I said, junk in the trunk on this one here. So move this down and over. We're gonna have to reconnect some of this anyways. And then we just want to duplicate that, mirror it, put it on this side, try and match it, make it even, and duplicate and put one on this side, try and match it, make it look even, something like that. And we'll move this guy over, because we can actually, these are better for this connection, because I can actually like squeeze them into the containers. Gives a lot more of a runway down the center. So there we go, and we can move that a little more central. Cool. Alright, so let's really, it's all I was doing was changing these up, so we got a bunch of these to reconnect here. Oh, this one's a bit of a pita. It actually has a spout, so you gotta like go straight out and then back with it. There we go. Those two into one. Oh. Should still be enough room to get down. We already have that guy running down the center, so as long as I don't cross that line. Okay. Start bringing this guy up. He was kind of running the outside here. We'll run him back out the outside. Have that connect in, and we want this one to do the same on this side. And boom. There you go, that's all connected in. That's got the oxygen flow. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more fuel. So 353 complexity. So we don't need the full complexity for this. And let's try that one. So it gives us a bit more fuel. The fuel rate's still pretty strong. It just gives us a little bit more fuel, a little bit more playing time to get the right height and the right speed. So this is try number 2 with a different but very similar rocket to what I've done before. I'm gonna actually bring up a bunch of these other good stuff on here too. I like this stuff. Distance, altitude, acceleration, vertical speed, and speed. The only one we don't have on there is loopings. Alright, here she goes. So this one's going to have a lot more fuel burning time. So we should definitely be able to get going there. As far as so we're hitting 10 kilometers. We've gone through as soon as we're done with that oxygen, we are going to try and get our angle going here. So oxygen is done. We're going to try and get a nice angle, 45 or so. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. So we need horizontal speed to, good. So stay there. It's still going a little bit horizontal. No, we didn't reach the, we have to start it way sooner because we're already at 200 kilometers an hour. So we need to start that sooner. We definitely are on our way to doing this one. So let's just retry this one and we'll start to do the angle a lot sooner so that we're trying to do like a parabolic arc where it's gonna, you know, go up and it's gonna be out of the atmosphere, and you're gonna be hitting the speed and the thing at the right time. So let's go to give this a launch here, and we are gonna try it before we run out of the oxygen. We're gonna start it early. So what's better earlier than right now? We'll start with a little bit, and then we'll eventually get it to go a little bit more the other way. So it's kind of a vertical, and then we'll bring it over to a little bit more horizontal. And to horizontal. Just a little bit of a vertical lift with it. Go baby, go baby, go. Playing with it too much. Go, go, go. 7.07. So we did not actually get the horizontal speed. We got the vertical speed. So we need to try earlier to get so 7.8. So we're at 7.07. So we have to retry that one. Right from launch, we're going to have to start giving it that angle. And then when we hit about a quarter of the engine, we're going to just have to go straight out horizontal on it. So launch. There we go. So as soon as we can get it to this one, we're going to start to take it a little bit on an angle. Right about there. So the majority of the thrust is upwards, but we are getting some horizontal speed out of it. And we are going to go a little bit more towards sideways. About a 45 there right now. Whoa. Okay, we're going to go horizontal. And right there. She stays there, something like that. Okay, burn baby, burn baby, burn. Give me 8, 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 give me 8. There we go, we got 8. So as long as this gets to 160 kilometers in height, we have achieved it. So let's see what happens. We've got the 7.8 kilometers a second, and we got the altitude. So there we go. We've proved that we can actually get into orbit. Should I have not already completed it already, there would have been a challenge that would have popped up here saying space trash. Because I am in fact in orbit now. I am no longer so I am no longer coming back down. I have full on escaped the atmosphere. This is just a piece of trash now. So there you go. That's how you would complete that one achievement. Space trash is by actually just putting a piece of thing up there. So I've used a lot of these before. So let's just go marathon fiberglass. Just all the bigger ones. I don't think they work in tandem with one another. But and then we'll change the thumbnail to the nice shot of flame coming off of it there. So that is how you do prove yourself, which is essentially what you're going to have to do a second time, but with a satellite attached. But we have to go through some dialogue here first. So let's see what they have to say here. Rocket Girl. Satellite done. Ray saw and finished the satellite. I'm so excited. I'm really impressed by his work. Here, look. So we got another, so let's play this X to play it.
So here we are
I'll
again.
get it full screen for you guys.
Dick invited me. He said he wanted to show me something.
This is what the future of our internet looks like.
This is actually what we call a power sat. It's a satellite that I've developed alongside the community that we're going to launch into low Earth orbit using our very own rockets. Because we're going to need heaps more of them. But eventually, when they form their own herd over 100 kilometers up, they'll form a brand new alternative satellite constellation around the globe.
This is the infrastructure for our own Next Space Rebels network. And we can make these power sats at the fraction of the cost of the ones StarConnect sweat over. And given time, they'll work just as well.
Better. In a few days' time, we're going to launch a bunch of them into the air that you might be able to see with an interstellar telescope. The next step is to rig up a global grid of Next Space Rebels ground station.
All the plans and blueprints you need are openly available online.
Rebels are out there, downloading data, building ground stations all around the globe as we speak. But in reality, they protect the magic box inside, a satellite dish. Now this dish light communicates with the big satellite, the power sat, and then beams a brand new net around the globe, run and owned by us.
Now, the power sats will eventually form a low latency constellation, a grid of satellites to free us from the data dictatorship.
Fuck you, Goliath. Come on, David.
So yeah, I made this. It's mine, my baby, my beauty. Love it.
Here's how it works. The ground stations function as gateways that relay our internet data to and from the satellite via radio waves. And people want to join the Next Space Rebels internet, need a small dish antenna with a transceiver. That's it.
That's simple. It's beautiful.
And it's exactly where we want to be. I mean, a completely worldwide coverage via a completely independent internet infrastructure, free from the internet cartel.
Oh, that's it. I definitely think they could have included the fact that we had to build the satellite and we had to have different components, and they could have done a little bit more. They could have made another chapter on this. But yeah, there we go. So now we just need to see what Ray Sun has saying here. Drum roll, please. It is time to launch the satellite. Yes. Your confidence is amazing. The way you launched that rocket into low Earth orbit, a work of art, really. So here's the power sat. Couple of things you need to know. A, it's a big bloody thing, so you'll need a bit of extra power to get it to the right height. B, you don't need to separate the decoupler. The satellite can do that all by itself. Oh, that makes things easier. Yeah, I wasn't finished yet. There is also C. Steer the satellite from NSR headquarters as soon as it is in low Earth orbit, so you don't have to worry about that. Shame, I was looking forward to steering it. I understand, but we need to coordinate this. In order to make this a success we want it to be, in order to make this the success we want it to be, there is D as well. You might want to place the satellite on the nose of the rocket. That is probably for the, I think I can do this. Feel free to experiment, of course, but not too much. This needs to go right. A lot depends on it, but no pressure, of course. I'll try and be relaxed about it. So there we go. That, I believe, is the final challenge, the satellite launch. Which will actually end up being next episode, because we are right near the end here. There is one thing I still can't figure out about this game, and it's driving me nuts. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm just gonna do a we'll go back to where we were just for these last couple of minutes. I'm gonna show you what problem I have, and maybe you guys have the answer for me. So let's just throw a bunch of toys in here. Just a baby and, you know, an elephant and a robot and stuff, and we'll just kind of stack them all up, throw a booster in there, and then I can actually show you what I'm having problems with, and maybe you guys know, maybe there's something that you guys have played around with or something. This is actually something that I might actually, in fact, ask Reddit about, because I can't figure it out. It's driving me crazy, and it's making the game kind of feel closed off and locked for me. So here's my little rocket, just a bunch of toys. It has nothing to do with the build, nothing to do with it whatsoever. But there's a little mini shot of it here. We'll get that for the thumbnail. Okay. So we're just gonna launch it, and once it's gone and come back down and stuff, mostly just the booster there. So it gets over to 1 kilometer, and then she's gonna come back down. So we'll just stop it there. This is where I have the trouble. I don't know. I have to have lots of tags for this to happen. But I don't know how to get this screen to scroll down, because when I send up a fantastic crazy rocket, there's 90 different tags there, and I can't scroll the screen down. I can't see more than 20 tags. Even though I might have 50 or 60, I can't see more than 20 tags. So the question I have for you guys, and I would probably propose it to Reddit as well, is how do I make this screen scroll down so I can see the videos, I can see the tags, and I can see everything that I need to within a thing. So that is what I'm having trouble with, just because there's so many tags. I can't scroll that window down. I don't know if they even have a button key set for that to scroll it down, but that's what I'm having trouble with. I figured I'd share that with you guys in case you're having trouble with it too. I know it's a problem, but they doesn't seem to be any sort of way to get by it. Maybe there is an answer that you guys have that I don't. That's why I'm proposing it to you there. So that was just try and show you of a question that I have, because I don't know. And I played around when I was in that window. I was playing with it for like 10 minutes and trying 2 or 3 different combinations of buttons and this and this, and I did everything, and it just won't scroll down for me. So that is really about it. But on the next one, we are on the next episode, we are going to go and do satellite launch. Will be the next episode for us, which will happen there tomorrow. Within the new year, I did my logo change already. I am actually starting into a new game. I have already started the playthrough of a new game. I will be actually starting the playthrough of 2 new games in the new year. One of them will get a head start of a week or 2. And then I will start into the second one, and the one that you'll start seeing on the first that I am doing a playthrough is Halo Infinite, and the other one that you'll see in a few weeks later on is the game Undungeon, where I would like to have kind of get the bad taste in my mouth out of Archvale, one that claimed it was a role-playing game, but it was really not. If you want a funny review and you want to laugh, I really give it a scathing review, trying to be as nice as I can. It's kind of funny to watch. Nobody's watched it, so anyways, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, feel free. I'm definitely going to be continue playing through Xbox Game Pass games, give it a review, gives you tips and tricks along the way, and do anything I can for you guys to make it an easier gameplay experience for you. So I would like to again thank you for joining me for, I think it is our second last episode, with our next episode being satellite launch. So thanks for joining me, and reminding you to take care of yourself, your friends, and your family. Till next time. Take care.